I would like to follow up on the question raised by Senator Down and Senator Smith in relation to the offshore money invested in Cannabis Corporation in Canada now. An article published in Journal La Presse today under the signature of Péloquin revealed that more than $250 million come from one single investor in Cayman Island in a variety of companies scattered all through Canada that in fact reveals that hidden money with the capacity to shift the profit away without paying due taxes in Canada is in fact in the control of the market now. So I have difficulty, Senator Harder, to reconcile that situation, and I want to be very polite to you that you are hiding behind the provinces and the territories to wait for the government of Canada to take the leadership on this. I mean, the criminal code is federal legislation. You know, Canada Revenue Agency is a federal body. They have the ample capacity to come in this chamber and request changes or amendments to the Income Tax Act to be able to fight that. And I think that the government has to be very concerned about this because its credibility on working and supporting the middle class is challenged by its attitude of some kind of laissez-faire in relation to the offshore money and those who don't pay taxes in Canada while we go after everyone else. That is a very important credibility gap. And could you reassure us that the government will take the bull by the horn and take the initiative to strengthen the Canadian legislation so that we are able to tackle down that major problems in Canadian system of law now?
Harder.
I will do what I can do, and that is ensure that the views of the Honourable Senator and other senators who have commented on this are brought to the attention of the Minister concerned. This is an issue that we had raised in Committee of the Whole, and ministers did express their commitment to dealing with this important issue, and Parliamentary Secretary Blair specifically spoke to the issue as well. I do want to assure the Honourable Senator that I will ensure that this exchange and others are brought to the attention of the ministers so that as we move forward, there's a clearer understanding of what action has been and what action will be taken.
Senator Royal.
Would the honourable government accept, government representative accept that we abandon Bill C-45 and I think it's on part 3 in relation to issuance of permit, because that's where the government can intervene to block that loophole. You know, the health minister cannot close her eyes and think that everything is fine under paradise because the loophole is there. It's when the government has the control of the permit. That's where the government has to move to amend the condition for which a permit to produce and sell marijuana in Canada lies. So that, would the honourable government representative commit to accepting an amendment unless the government can come with the amendment to block that loophole?
Senator Harder.
Well, Senator, the ministers and the government's position on this piece of legislation, as other pieces of legislation, is to ensure that the Senate deliberation of the legislation is timely, and if bills can be improved, the government has demonstrated a willingness to accept improvements to legislation that has come from this place. I'd like to see us get to a point where we are actually in committee dealing with the bill beyond simply the principal discussion of second reading, so that should there be a consensus in the Senate to accept particular amendments, they can be brought forward, and if they garner majority support in this chamber, they'll be sent to the other chamber for their consideration. That's how a bicameral system ought to work, and I hope we can get to work.